One of Noita's many secrets is the presence of lore glyphs scattered around the game, telling the creation story and of the gods of this world. There are many glyphs hidden in locations both high and low, such as these almost invisible glyphs hiding beneath the stone of the starting mountain that, when translated, read, "Devoted seeker of true wisdom, know this, we are watching you." Which is a little bit creepy, but I digress. For the purpose of this video, we'll be focusing on 5 specific sets of glyphs involving replacing the water in the pools of 4 orb rooms with other materials. Our journey begins past the lava lake in the mines. On the other side of the chasm, we want to drain one of these pools completely and then fill it with blood. Suddenly, on the wall above the orb, red glowing glyphs will appear, which read, "The black-throated loon of midsummer was flying over a swamp and landed at the foot of a large tree. The bird laid 3 eggs. The first of the egg rolled off of the nest and cracked. From the crack, blood flowed out for 7 days and 7 nights. From that blood, life and death was formed." The second set of glyphs are actually in this same orb room, and they are by far the most difficult glyphs to trigger. And that is because we need to fill the left pool with snow and the right with sand. So, how do we accomplish this? Well, probably the intended method is to use the chaotic transmutation spell. So I have a wand right here that always casts chaotic transmutation. However, it is very rare, and it lives up to its name, as it transmutes materials into other materials very chaotically. Eventually, we create snow. The glyphs appear, and they read, "The egg white flowed to the west, and from it formed the cold and the ice. From the shell formed the lands and the mountains." The sand actually didn't take very long at all, and then the next glyphs appear, and they read, "The yolk flowed to the east, and from it formed the warmth and the fire." The next orb room that we have to go to is past the magical temple on the left side of the snowy depths. We then have to fill the left basin with worm blood, and then these glyphs appear, which read, "At last, from the egg hatched nature. Nature created the laws of nature, placed the animals, meadows, rivers, hills, and mountains." Then, after filling the right basin with slime, new glyphs appear, which read, "Night and day passed once. The nature worked by itself. The nature looked at what it had done and was content in its creations. There was harmony in the world." The next one takes a while to get to, and you're going to need a good wand for digging, because it is, of course, the orb room at the very bottom of the snow chasm. But when you do eventually get to the bottom and find the orb room, you want to fill the left basin with normal polymorphine, and then these glyphs will appear, which read, "Another one of the eggs cracked, and from it magic was born. Magic looked at what nature had created and gave them a soul, not only to animals, but also to substances." After that, we want to go over to the right basin and fill it with chaotic polymorphine. Doing so causes new runes to appear, yet again, and these runes read, "The weight of the soul refined and twisted the creations of nature. The nobleness of gold gave it its shine. The inefficiency of mud gave it a pungent smell." At last, we find ourselves at the very bottom of the desert chasm, where we will then fill the left basin with oil. Once it's full, the glyphs appear, and they read, "Magic broke the laws of nature. Nature and magic started to argue about how the world should be." And now for our final task, which is filling the right basin with none other than toxic sludge. Once this basin is completely full, the final glyphs, maybe the final glyphs, appear, and they read, "The last of the eggs hatched, and from there technology was born. The technology allowed the animals of nature the ability to use devices and machines." And here it is in its entirety. Reading this, we can tell that nature and magic are personified, and they are actually, together with technology, 3 of the gods of the pantheon of Noita. And that we, the player character, are an agent of magic, or a personification of the god of magic. and we are fighting against the agents of nature wielding technology against us. Anyway, that's just something to think about as we discover more and more lore in the game. There is actually a lot more known than just this, but perhaps I'll go over that in another video. For now, thank you very much for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.